And as this storm continues to impact the Northwest, we've got more rain and eventually some high terrain snow in the forecast. The Cascades when you get up above 6,000 feet. Look at this, though, through Seattle. That's over the next 12 hours. It's a lot of rain icons with those temperatures very consistent. And this is, as I was making that point, the big difference between Daytona Beach. One's in the mid-70s, one's in the mid-40s right there in Seattle. The rain continues to work on through, although it has lightened up here over the Puget Sound as more of that moisture starts to shift slightly farther off to your east. You've got this plume of moisture working in off the Pacific. A lot of coastal Oregon up into Washington seeing some of this rain. And through Wednesday morning, where you see those darker greens in coastal areas, that's 1 to 2 inches of rain in addition to what we've picked up already expected. You also have this stripe of blue through the Cascades. That's up above 6,000 feet where that moisture changes over to snow. And some spots could pick up 1 to as much as 2 feet of additional snow. Future track shows you this plume of moisture ongoing, continuing through the overnight hours tonight, sliding farther off to the east with this area of low pressure, eventually pushing farther inland. This starts to back off eventually with one more quick moving system that moves onshore late tomorrow and into the early part of Wednesday. We've got a weaker system that arrives late in the week, and you can see future track showing that here. This is not nearly the intensity of what we've had around so far, but it's there, and it keeps your forecast unsettled right on through what's left of this week. So something to keep in mind. The snow is significant. You just have to get into the high terrain. As I mentioned, it's above about 6,000 or 6,500 feet. That forecast is significant, though. Some of those purples indicating 12 to as much as 24 inches of additional snow.
I'm Amy Freeze. Welcome to Fox Weather's YouTube page. We have more great videos on the way, so make sure to subscribe to stay updated on all things weather.